Just generally speaking around universities before we move on, in terms of what they could look like. If they looked a lot like the current universities, we could spend some time saying how do we tweak these things, and this could change here and there. But I do think that there has to be a fundamental shift. Again, it doesn't have to be in actual buildings. Do students, should they get together, 18 to 20-year-olds in this melting pot, big groups, getting to know? Yes, definitely. But what should be just like when you look at Concordia and McGill, you don't really notice. But if the culture is, we're here to make sure you succeed, then you're going to get a very different experience, right? So what are those things that we need to change fundamentally? And there are a lot of possibilities out there. This is still very early stages, of different concepts for universities coming up, but I think this is the future. One of the best ones I've seen is basically going back to what's the purpose, right? So the first thing is choosing your major. What a critical question, right? And how many universities actually help you answer that question? You could say it's not their job. It's the high school's job. Someone should be helping with that question. And typically it's very little, some random counselor here and there. So when you put that as part of the fundamental, a fundamental part of the system, you're going to see a very different system around it, right? So the coaching, the counseling, the figuring out your purpose team, right, will be doing a very different job and a lot more in that space. So that's the first thing, is figuring out your purpose. The second thing would be you kind of, based on your purpose, and it could be a profession or it could be some sort of combo of things that doesn't exist, so something that exists or doesn't exist, but for your particular development, that's what you want. You want some sort of, I don't know, martial arts with math. Like, who knows what combo works for you and gets you excited. You would then basically curate and choose what combination of courses that you want. And then around those courses, there's something really important. Universities focus on half of ourselves. One half of us is, what do I do? What will I do? I will do this, I will do that, I will work here, I will work there. There's the I am. They're like, who am I? I'm a human. I've got certain, psychological, emotional intelligences that could be more or less developed. I've got a physical dimension. I could be fit, unfit, nutrition, eating well, not eating well, sleeping well, not sleeping well, etc. I've got a relationship intelligence. How able am I to collaborate, to build relationships, to bond, to understand the dynamic of social interactions. And then I've got, how do I manage resources? How do I manage my time? How do I manage finances? How do I manage my space, optimize my space? Today we spoke a lot about the tools and the mic and the camera, and these are, what space do you work in? So if you imagine a university that covers the entire human, you would be choosing credits in all of these spaces. So in one space, it would be, yes, this is sort of, I think I want to go into this territory, and I've done some work with people to help refine that, and and I might change it, but it's not this random pick a card from a catalog. And yes, I go and do courses as you understand them. I get content is important, definitely. Learning from people who've done it before is critical, but how it's done has to be done differently. But then on the side, I might be taking, a course in emotional intelligence. I might be taking a course in meditation, a course in mindfulness, a course in relationship management. How do I manage conflict? How do I understand what it means to project onto others my insecurities? And you can imagine what a 101 course would look like. Let's take project management. running a to-do list, running a simple project, running a complex project with resources, running an agile project in a highly dynamic, that could be a level 400 course, managing the basics of understanding the value of money, of advanced cash flow management, etc. And separately from, I want to do these as a profession, but these are skills that I want that serve me in anything that I end up doing. So that starts to give you an idea. And I saw this one university that said, a university of the future, $3,000 tuition. You don't need to travel. We don't have a fancy campus. We didn't invest money, and you shouldn't invest money in a fancy campus. You can connect, once you've chosen your courses, you can connect with some of the best people on the planet remotely around those topics. And if you've got money to spare, rather use that money to go and travel to find like-minded peers and start building your tribe. So you're getting started with podcasts. It would be great to meet other young people that are starting their podcasts as well. And what are they doing? And what are you learning and that you can exchange with them? Maybe have also a mentor who's done this for a long time, etc. That would be one of your tribes. Another one of your tribes is your soccer group. Another one is, your could be your skiing group or your whatever. So these concepts are going to start emerging, and the nothing will stop it, because at the end, both the students and the people who receive these students at work, or whether it's your own business, everybody except the universities is realizing that something is wrong, and then there's a better way of doing this, and it will come. And there are a few reasons we can talk about why it's taking more time than other industries. But that gives you a glimpse of the kind of stuff that could emerge with universities of the future.